So here is my fireplace. It used to have two vents here when it was, I guess, for wood burning. There is a gas fireplace insert in here. I just turned it off so it's a bit hot, and of course the pilot light's still on, so I gotta be careful around that. But I'm gonna do the German schmear technique on this fireplace today because I cannot stand how dark that is here. I'm also going to paint these cupboards white with chalk paint. Probably not today, but soon. So this whole wall, which is very, very dark, will become very, very white. Okay, so I vacuumed off all the bricks with the little brush on my vacuum cleaner. I have newspaper and painter's tape to mask off any area I don't want to have smear on. I have my sponge here to wipe down anything I want to clean up. And I got Mega Light, and it's a performance mortar in white, of course. I got a brush so I can reveal any of the brick that I like to have a little more color out of. I got some blue gloves here that fit me very well, but they're not very long. I have some red gloves here that fit me not so well, but are long. So we'll see how far I get with that. I need to do my masking, and I have to get my bucket and get a stir stick and get ready. Okay, I think it's taken an hour with distractions to tape off the ceiling, the three little mantle pieces up there, the big mantle, the fire area, the floor, and of course there is brick on the bottom there too. I will get to that, probably not at this moment in time because I have to rip all this off to get back down to that, but I'll have to be on my hands and knees, and we'll see. We'll see how well you can see it. It could just get painted white like everything else, who knows. So I'm ready to get started. Okay, so because our brick is a lot different than everyone else's bricks that I've seen people do this technique on, we had to try to change a few things around. As you can see, my bricks are not smooth, and the grout was black. And my goal is to make it look like the grout is at least as white as possible, and we'll have some exposed bricks in the end. So we didn't have enough in the one package. That one box wasn't enough, we realized early on. So we really thinned this stuff down, and we started applying it like paint. See how thin it is? And start applying it like paint just to get into the grout lines. And also that black grout, a lot of it's flaked off, even though I vacuumed it all beforehand. So my goal was to kind of cover up the black as much as possible with this coat. I got a little tiny bit left I'll use just to brush over some of the bricks with the bigger paintbrushes. Hell on paintbrushes, mind you. But the technique actually worked really well to get in the cracks, because very hard to get in the grout. And I'm going to use probably a float, I think it's called, the square thing, and just smooth it out. I like to try to make the bricks as smooth as possible, even though they're rough at the edges. And as long as we get the grout covered, the actual covering of the bricks will be very decorative doing, I hope. Make it look more antiqued. But right now it's been, a lot of it's been put on by like it's paint. And I got a wire brush so I could distress a few bricks with later on. Sort of like when you do chalk paint and you want to take some sandpaper and distress the corners afterwards. So that's as far as we got. And of course there's brick at the bottom. All on the bottom there's two courses of brick. So we'll get to that in the next batch, I guess. So I don't have to cover up all the floor right now. And yeah, see what I can do here. Although my husband thinks this actually looks like a strategic look right now. Like, I don't know, like you're half uncovering the fireplace that was painted white. Because it looks like it's been painted. It's kind of funny, but yeah, no, not quite the look I was going for. But definitely a lot brighter over there. Once each cupboard is painted white too, and I finish my china cupboard also painted white, then this room will be a lot brighter in here. Especially since we have a really big window and the sunshine comes through, that looks really awesome. So it'll be nice and bright in here eventually. In case you're wondering, this is the absolute best way to fry bacon. That's actually 3 packs, which of course they're not pounds anymore. The high-sided cast iron pot also has a lid, so while the bacon's cooking, I leave that on. And when it's cooked and then you want it crispy, I take the lid off. And the high sides make it so that it does not make a mess of the stove. Except for sometimes where I drip the lid, but I try to drip the lid in the pot. That's the best way. And my eggs. Our kitchen's still under some serious renovations, so we still have a stove. And the new stove comes on the 10th. So this is the progress so far. This is November 25th. A month from Christmas. Look at this. My house is my kitchen's a bit of a disaster in a month from Christmas. Oh, I'm doing another project with a fireplace right now. And my countertop's a bit full of supplies and stuff, but yeah, that wall's coming out. And we have a support put up on this side already. So there's 2 jack posts with a beam holding up that part of the floor there. He needs to do something similar on the kitchen side, right here, so that he can put a new beam starting from the corner there. It'll be laminated to that one, and it will continue all the way across into where the stack is, and another jack post will be in that corner. And I think it's just a double 2x12 he has that's gonna go up there. But you see, it's actually underneath this part. And when we go around and look at that side, this has this other, I think it's a 2x10, and that 2x10 is holding up the second floor of this house. Except for now we have a temporary beam. So we're trying to put the new header underneath that to continue propping it up. GJ's already jacked this up slightly because the house is dipped at this corner, because the only thing holding up that corner of the house is and was this 2x4, which is not attached now that he put the jack post in. As you can see, it's very loose. It had one nail somewhere in it. So he jacked up a little bit, so that's why it's extra loose now, because it's not actually holding anything up. That jack post is holding up the corner of the house on this side. So once that new header goes in, it'll go to just about where that one ends. I think that was the plan. Yeah, I can't remember now how I was going to do, because the new wall is going to come from the countertop. As you can see, they put a hole in the wall for some reason. So it's actually probably about there. The new wall will come out this way to just about where the post is, and then come this way.
Look at my boo-boo.
You got a boo-boo?
Yeah.
What was that from?
That's from the kitty.
Oh, the kitty. Your hair's a bit of a disaster now. Mommy's making bacon and eggs.
Bacon and eggs?
Yeah, we're gonna have some breakfast, and then you guys can get all bathed
Mommy,
up.
can I have one?
You can have 2 eggs and some bacon. How's that sound?
No.
I think that's a good idea. Can Mommy finish your video?
Finish my video.
I'm doing a video. Can I finish the video? No, I want to talk now. I want to talk about the floor here. This temporary wall is almost where the other wall will go. It was going to be where the black tape was, but that wasn't far enough over to clear the bathtub. There's a bathtub here. There's a bathtub here. I guess I could put the light on. Ta-da! Yeah, there's plumbing. There's a bathtub right here. So the chimney for the stove has to come up through, but obviously not through the bathtub. So I believe we have decided, I think the chimney is going to go up almost on just this side of this beam. I can't remember now. He had it all measured out. So that puts it almost in line with the tape, just a little further over. I think it had to be 5 inches over this way. Yeah, so he's also going to take this floor up and put some short jack posts or something there, and then put the floor back down, and that'll hold the weight of the stove, because the new stove actually goes on this side of the wall. And then that is all taken down. The funny thing is, these 2x4s go to the second floor. They're actually 12 feet long, so they don't just stop there. So as he's propping everything up, he has to cut them across and make sure the header will then lift up the second floor. It was a 1.5-story house, so they made it with 12-foot 2x4s. Very interesting. Never quite seen anything like that before. So that's the progress thus far. And there is no, there is really no support. Like the new house side has that, which is holding up the floor joists. That one thing, which was nailed onto the boards, nailed onto the 2x4, which is a true 2x4. But these boards are like 1 inch thick on each side of the wall, and the 2x4, that was really the structure. There is no headers that carried a load from, if look, that I thought there was an old door, but we realized there's actually no window. Oh, my bacon's all crisped up, trying to turn it off. That's how the bacon looks now. Nicely crisped up. But as you can see, there was no header on this side. This was where the window was. I thought it was a door, but it's a window. We realized there was actually a window sill under there. And yeah, you see, these just went straight up. There's nothing going across them. And then the new part of the house was built on here. This was a garage, so I don't know how the roof went before, but then they built this. This beam goes across probably the whole 20 feet across the room. And there, if you can see, there are nails. We believe they're joist hangers on the other side of this, holding the beams that go that way. And then they just put the nails through and bent them over. So, yeah, he pulled, there was one on top of that he pulled off, which I think is these pieces here. Which, of course, these are real 2x whatever it was, right? And he had to kind of break them apart to get them off. But, of course, this is where the new 2x12 is going to go, so he needs to have that free and clear. So it'll go right across to the stack. That's our septic stack, or our sewer stack, I should say.
Rex, and he loves me. What my dog's name is Rex. Likes to play. He rolls in the mud all day. They don't know the puppy can roll in the mud.
That's a bad puppy.
Yeah, but he's a good puppy.
Oh, sing the rest of the song.
He wants the other way.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How does the song go? Your face is so dirty. I don't know what you got on.
Not so great.
Not so great? How's the rest of the song go? Sing it from me. What was the wagging tail or something you said?
Waggle tail. Be wiggle our tails.
Wiggle your tail, okay.
But I'm not a dog.
Okay, so this is after 2 coats on the top and bottom of the mortar. And I just start doing this, that's 1 coat. So I'll put the light on maybe, you can see better. A little bit more of the difference between the first coat and what looks like 2 coats. And as you can see, there's still the brown and the black mortar even poking through here and there, giving it sort of like a look that's been antiqued, where it was maybe painted or something at one time and start coming off. It's a nice high contrast with the black, and the marble's gray. And now to paint the trim and the cupboards. So I'm going to remove all my stuff and paint those cupboards white, as well as the trim up top. And those will be the same as the white here. Well, almost actually. This is Annie Sloan white and I have Fusion white. All my painting and craft supplies are here, so once I'm done, I can clear this out and get it ready for Christmas. And I gotta still gotta do the frames for the glass also. So here we are, getting ready for Christmas. Got our elves moving around the house. Got lots of Christmas decorations over there. It's gonna be very minimal Christmas this year because of the renovations taking place.